husbands.
Yeah.
Who all got jobs and they think what fight got it.
Well,
It's 29.
you don't
That was
have
the guy
to
over in
Yeah.
Braintree.
Hawks.
Hawks Point, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they
For the African American folks.
one or two of them.
All right.
All right, it is 7 o'clock. We have an agenda proposal, to call the meeting to order. Is there any amendments to the agenda?
I have none.
Okay.
Do you have the right, the first meeting, the order of business is the tax?
Tax it.
Yes, sir.
And if we don't have any amendments or anything or objections, to make a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
All right. We're moving to the first part of it. The text hearing notice. Should be a PDF there. Alright. So at this point, they will have a notice of public hearing. And if you will,
Now the right.
Go to the meeting list, there's one that's listed tax hearing
Here,
for the meetings.
thank you.
I got it up. Would you like me to read it for you, Gary?
just the one has the assessed evaluations.
Yeah, it says you gotta start by reading the notice of the public hearing.
Yes, all right, good, okay, I got it.
Okay.
The Board of Directors of the Hillsborough Fire Protection Jefferson County will hold a public hearing on Wednesday today. September 10th, 2025 at the hour of 7 o'clock. Central Daylight Time in the boardroom of Firehouse number 1 at 120 Fifth Street, the city of Hillsborough, Missouri, 63050. On the proposed rate levy of the district, at which the hearing citizens may be heard. The total of assets assessed evaluation for Jefferson County, Missouri has been provided to the district at the date of this publication by category, with some categories being incomplete. In order to advise the district of the evaluations within the district and upon the which the district shall predict its levy rate, the total assets evaluations of said county may be changed by said county assessor after this publication. The total asset evaluation for the categories of taxable property within the district is now known for the year 2024 and 2025 as follows. Real estate for 2025. $147. I can't read it. That is $1,047,493,398. For 2026. 161,273,719.0 Personal property. $41,421 and 41 million, I'm sorry. 421,7712. Oh, can you read them? I cannot.
Let
see.
Brian read them on.
All right, I
You read
cannot
them?
see it.
Blind.
No, you're good. And you guys can always hit the plus button at the top to zoom in
No, I
on
have
any
to.
documents you need to. Personal property, for 2025 was $41,421,712. 2026, $39,252,446. Subtotal, 2025, $188,915,110. 2026, $200,526,165. We have to subtract the TIF abatement value off of that for 2025 was $952,800 for a grand total of $187,962,310. 2026 will be $199,197,865. Our required sales tax reduction from the amount of the levy in 2025 was $170,047. 2026, $189,794. The rate in 2025 prior to the sales tax reduction was 9224.9224, 9224 of $100. In this year, it'll be 0.9023, so Hancock course will roll back. Tax rate after reduction for 2025 was 0.8319. For 2026, it'll be 0.8070. Budgeted off of the personal property tax for 2026 will be $1,607,527 at a tax rate of 0.8070. And this is the proposed budget for the fiscal year beginning January 1st of 2026 and ending December 31st of 2026, as amended, and does not include funds received from other sources other than the above listed levy generated rates. The tax rate is based upon $100 of assessed valuation.
It's by order of the Board of Directors of Hillsborough Fire
Yes.
Protection County, Missouri, on the 10th day of September 2025. Presentation of the proposed 2025 tax levy.
Yeah, in your packet is the rollback calculator that we use along with the assessed valuation calculator to get everything figured out. This was again from the assessor's office here in Jefferson County with the sales tax rate based off of actual collections from our accounting systems. So first page shows our rollback of the Hancock rollback, which is roughly a little more than 2 cents. We're gonna have to roll back this coming year due to the Hancock rollback. The next page sets our sales tax rate. Prior fiscal year taxes were $379,588. Our operating assessed valuation for this year for the rollback, $199,197,865. Operating rate before the rollback, 0.9023 based on the Hancock rollback. Our required property tax revenue reduction, 50%, is equal to, there's a flag on my computer, sorry, $189,724.21. That equates out to a rate decrease of 9.0953 cents. So 9.5 cents we're rolling back on our tax revenue. Revenue before the rollback was $1,797,362.34. After the rollback, $1,607,561.13, just like the tax notice. And the actual reduction is at $189,794. Our total revenue for the upcoming year, the projection with rollback, the sales tax estimate and everything is approximately $1,987,156.54. And I've also included copies of all the final assessed valuations. I don't think we need to go through those. We just wrote them out on the notice just for whatever you guys, for your viewing pleasure.
All right, then we have the valuation of the summary. Oh, I got it here. Yeah, that's it.
So we hit this here. Why do this? Scoot it over, so that we can-
What are you doing?
Maybe you- Now you should just be able to, even on that side, you should be able to just scroll up
Oh, okay.
on your.
Oh,
See, one of the shepherd the other day.
Go up here and you should scroll over now and you should be able to use it. It's not wanting to do.
Couple sets.
I make a motion to drop these things into the wake next year.
Got your own email.
I make a motion to probably use where. We're more happy to sit down and work with you on it, go over it.
Yeah, it just, don't wanna do it.
Or we usually do it once to.
I know.
Okay, so. Hillsborough Fire.
Did I go too far?
Yeah. I tell you what, you got something now, let's jump back to the bunch. Wonderful, all right, this will work. Much better. This is a public notice to the board of directors special meeting tax of the Hillsborough Fire Protection District, Jefferson County. And the meeting is being held on the 10th at 2025 at 7 in the boardroom. So now we have a reading of the public notice, presentation of the proposed 2025 tax levy. So now we have public comment.
Correct.
And is there any public comment? Moving on. Resolution 2516, setting the tax levy for 2025.
That basically just sets our levy, that's the one we submit to the county.
Back.
Okay. Peter. Okay, here's the reading of it. Whereas the Hillsborough Fire Protection District has been duly incorporated by the Circuit Court of Jefferson County, Missouri, and a certified copy of the same, together with a plat showing the boundaries of the said district, is now on file with the clerk of Jefferson County of Jefferson County. And whereas Gary W. Boyer, Robert B. Brown, Matthew E. Woods are duly elected qualified acting directors of said Hillsborough Fire Protection District, and are now providing the necessary equipment and personnel for the prevention of and protecting against fire within the district. Whereas on section 321.250 of the revised statute of Missouri provides that the board of directors shall certify to the county of Jefferson, Hillsborough, Missouri, on or before the first day of October of each year, a rate of level fixed by the board and provide by law to provide for the revenue of the operation and the expense of the fire protection district. And whereas pursuant to section 321.250 240 of the revised statute of Missouri, the voters of the Hillsborough Fire Protection District and the regular election held in the same district has approved propositions or authorizations of the board of directors of the Hillsborough Fire Protection District to level the annual rate at $0.8070 per $100 of assessed evaluation. And whereas that the board of directors of the Hillsborough Fire Protection District, Jefferson County, Missouri, cause to be posted at 3 or more locations within the district at least 7 days prior, a notification or notice of public hearing for the setting of the levy rated of the district for Wednesday, September 10th, 2025 at the hour of 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time at the district's headquarters boardroom located at 120 Fifth Street, Hillsborough, Missouri. Not there development. Whereas pursuant to section 321240 of the revised statute of Missouri, the voters of the Hillsborough Fire Protection District and a regular election held in said district have approved propositions authorizing the board of directors of the Hillsborough Fire Protection District to level the annual rate of $0.8070 per $100 of assessed evaluation, and the board of directors of the Hillsborough Fire Protection District, Jefferson County, Missouri, caused to be posted at 3 more locations in the district. Whereas the board of directors of the Hillsborough Fire Protection District of Jefferson County has determined that a levy of $0.8070 property located within 100. Okay. Whereas the board of directors of Hillsborough Fire Protection District, Jefferson County, Missouri, has determined a level of $0.8070 per $100 of assessed evaluation on all taxable dependable property located within boundaries of the district is necessary to supply the funds for paying the expense of operation and the cost of acquiring, supplying, and maintaining the property, works, and equipment of the district. Now therefore be it resolved by the board of directors of the Hillsborough Fire Protection District in order to make positions for payment necessary, expenses of operation of the district, the secretary of the board of directors shall on before October 1st, 2025, certify to the county of Jefferson, Hillsborough, Missouri, a level rate amount of $0.8070 for $100 of assessed evaluation of all taxable tangible property within the boundaries of the Hillsborough Fire Protection District, both real and personal, including property of the public utility companies, franchises, the properties of railway, telegraph, and telephone companies made taxable by law, as well as all statements made by merchants and manufacturers if provided by law, situated within the boundaries of the Hillsborough Fire Protection District. Upon receipt of such certification, it shall be the duty of the county of Jefferson, Hillsborough, Missouri, at the time and in the manner required by law for the levy of the state county, the school tax to levy, collected, and remit to the board of directors of Hillsborough Fire Protection District a tax at the rate above fixed, and we have further resolved that this copy of this resolution certified by the secretary of the board of directors be delivered to the county of Jefferson, Hillsborough, Missouri, 63050. Director Gary W. Gordon moves for the adoption of the above resolution and was seconded by Director Brown.
I'll second it.
And the question being put to a roll call vote, results were followed. Director Woods. Director Brown.
Aye.
Aye as well. Yep, this passed. The board of directors on this 10th day of September 2025. Now we have to sign the testimony.
Correct.
Right.
So, yeah,
All right, so you as Robert Brown, Secretary Hillsborough Park Protection District, Missouri, do further certify that the said proceeds have been spread at least upon the permanent records of the said district, where there is now appear and remain. In testimony, okay. In testimony, I have had set, I seal and affix it to the Hillsborough Fire Protection District of Missouri on the tenth day of September 2025. Say you. Fine. So. Got the document, and we'll go ahead.
you guys took care of it.
You already took care of it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then, is there any more business?
Just, there is a copy in there, under item 7 of the pro forma that is correctly filled out and ready to go. So. Just so you're aware and look it over.
Okay, I see that. Is there any questions or concern about the proponent? No. Make a motion to adjourn the tax hearing at 7:19.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Man. You don't really have to get some better glasses, or we're gonna get some cheaters. At 7:20, let's open the regular order of business. We have a quorum. Approval of the agenda as presented, are there any additions?
I have none, sir.
All right. Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second. Bad.
Yeah, are all in favor?
Aye.
Is there any public comment at this time? Approval of the minutes of August 13th, 2025.
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Financial report, Mr. Woods.
Yes, sir, as of August 31st, 2025, the assets of the checking accounts, general fund, 866,989.04. The capital reserve, 516,212.24. And then the building and land fund, 172,279.96. Total assets of 1,555,481.24. Current liabilities of 3,399.02. And then for this period, total income 60,818.71, with the expenses of 162,291.42.
Any questions or concerns? Then I make a motion to approve that is read. In favor?
Yes.
All right, approval of the ordinance 2517 to disperse payments and outline in the bill registry. Second. Aye. Communications,
I have none.
none. Staff report. Nothing?
Those are sub items under the staff report for the fire marshal, fire chief.
Okay, fire chief's report then.
I think fire marshal's first.
Fire marshal, yeah, fire marshal.
That's a pretty easy one, all zeros.
Oh, sir,
So make that one easy after that.
all right, now for the fire chief.
All right, the month of August featured another riveting month of 145 calls for service, our third busiest month on record. For absolutely no discernible reason whatsoever, it was just a busy month. It used to take 3 months to reach 145 calls, it's nuts, isn't it? Grant updates, nothing from the foundation that we have heard. You may have 3 grants or update on. We don't know if that's going to get awarded or what is going on with that. Flexible policy update, we are continuing on. Me and Mitch have worked through some more stuff related to the CBA. We have been switched over from our initial development dude over to the customer continuation or whatever, customer service team who's gonna continue everything on. So we're getting towards the end of that for sure. No update on the stoplight, except that it's gonna try to be included, working with the city and the school to get that included in one of the upcoming TAP grants that they're working on with MoDOT. So actually had a short little meeting with John, and we're gonna sit down for a longer one to see if we can work with the stoplight somehow. I'm gonna crosswalk not us paying for the crosswalk, obviously, but over to the school and kind of try to incorporate everything to get it all included in the grant, so. That's good on the public entities all working together to try to definitely make that happen, so. No real update on the ladder truck. There are some graphics attached at the end of your report for your viewing pleasure. Last I've heard is still 11/26. Haven't heard anything else. Building planning project is coming along. We'll talk about that under new business. All the IT projects are still in motion. We are finishing up the cloud server. Hopefully that'll be done this month. We work next. All right, update on some items for the last board meeting. It was pretty busy. The Fire District Alliance, we had our first meeting. It is off the ground. We have invited other districts to join that were not part of the initial formation group. I did not attach a copy of the minutes, but it's under the legislative report. It summarizes kind of what we talked about during that meeting. And you gentlemen are free to attend any of those meetings that you need to and encouraged to as well. The next meeting is it's gonna be the fourth Wednesday of every month at Antonia at 6 p.m. Credit card changes in process. We have been approved by Commerce Bank. They're officially setting up the account on their end, so that is moving forward and hopefully will be done here in the next week or so. Hiring process is ongoing. We closed application on Friday. We received 8 applications total, not many. Tomorrow is the written and the practical skills exam during the day, so they'll be tested during that. And then hopefully we'll come back with a recommendation at the next board meeting to see where we're at with the hiring list wise. There are still a few individuals that I know are in some runnings at other positions, but nothing solid yet for anybody leaving that I've been made aware of. Gonna be working with Sutphen on the lease purchase like we talked about as well too, so that's gonna be moving forward here shortly. And we are still waiting on some numbers for Commerce Bank for the lease purchase construction of the gas station, so hopefully we'll know something pretty soon on that. On the fleet, there have been some issues with the spare truck. The spare truck's actually in service right now, being used by Mappaville because their other truck was involved in a minor vehicle accident, so it's off at the body shop getting fixed. But one of the main hydraulic arms that lifts the cab blew. So they're getting a new one, and then we'll send the existing one off to be rebuilt. So we do have a spare. If you remember, I think it was last year, we blew another one of those arms. So we kind of thought, let's get a spare one just in case, so it's ready to be swapped over and switched over. So they're working towards getting that done. But other than that, a few minor items that were on the fleet list after mid-year PMs last month, they're knocking out here and there. Training continues as always. They're working this week with the training academy on ladders and hydrant lays up at the Lagori property. Actually, 2 houses up there this evening. We're getting ready for fire prevention month. We've got a meeting set Friday with the PR committee, and things will get rolling and happening then. Okay, that's all I got.
Any comments, concern? I'm good. Shop serve report, I don't see nothing there.
Now I'll talk to Mitch. He didn't have anything to report.
All right, then under old business, now let's talk about the foundation this evening.
What a mess. So we're finally at a place though where I think we're ready to get rolling, moving forward, ready to rock and roll. So as we discussed at the last meeting, we had to part ways with Board of Construction due to the fact that work hadn't started yet. Josh understood. He was not upset when I called and told him at all. He said he should have been here sooner, so no big deal there. So from there, we did a couple of things. We got in touch with the next lowest bid for the foundation repair, which was the Foundation Recovery Systems Company. Got in touch with their salesman. He showed up, and then he cut contact with us again. So we called the main office. Needless to say, that individual at some point within that company is no longer with the company. We're working with another lady now, got us a quote back, so we're ready to rock and roll on that end. We then sent out for bid the carpentry, flooring, and painting work for down here. So in your packet, I have included bid tabulations and a recommendation for everything. And for everybody that has submitted a bid. So if you notice and kind of scroll down a bit on that. First page, and I'll kind of go over real quick, who does what? Focal Point Coatings bid the floor. Doing that epoxy flooring with the flakes. They came in at $26,500 for that. That's all the flooring in here. And again, Foundation Recovery Systems was $11,595.67. Lewis Flooring came in with 3mm LVT at $13,889.42. I had them bid everything down here. The entire lower level. Or a 5mm LVT, $15,987.45. Hold on a second. Ignore the colors because they don't matter.
Is that the way you wanna go, Brian?
That's what everybody's recommending.
So that, like we did that in our basement, the funeral home, you know, that coating stuff. You do that here and you're out of business for
I know. That's
whatever. I mean, it is like, there'd be dirt in the attic upstairs. It makes some dirt. They're gonna grind all this.
I know. And there's already a ventilation problem down here as is, and the guy flat out told me, he goes. It'll be
beautiful.
beautiful, he goes, but it'll be a challenge. I go, we can't be out of down here for, a week. I go. It would have to be done in phases, you know, and quite frankly, I'm not ready to spend $26,500.
And doing it in phases don't really work, cause they don't lap over.
I know, and then they'll
It's got-
look different,
Yeah,
so.
anyway,
Well, I think maybe one day if we ever get the money, it'd be great for out in the bay or something like that. I think in here is just gonna be too difficult, so that's the, and I'll pass this around, that is the 3mm LVT, that's the 5mm LVT. The thickness is what is different, the coating is a, 20 mil coating on both of them, so there's no difference in the coating size. Nobody's really on their feet all day long in here, and there's gonna be more cushion on this than there is on the LVT or the VCT tiles now, so. That's kind of my recommendation, I talked with Chris too, just to go with it.
I think that's all right to go with
We
thinner.
do it all the thinner one all the time in all the
That
hospitals.
stuff's like 58, that's. Or you wipe it out. You care.
Yes, yes.
So
So while you guys are looking at that, and just ignore the color, the colors. The colors are just. Now, here's the other thing too. Impact Contracting, which is Chris's company, bid on the entire project. So what we're. It's rather confusing, but. Chris basically came in as the lowest bidder on the carpentry and the painting, because nobody else bid the carpentry, nobody else bid on the painting or anything like that, so. At the end of the day, the lowest bid analysis, looking at everything. Foundation Recovery Systems gets the foundation repair, because they're 11,000. Lewis Flooring gets the 3mm LVT bid, $13,889.42. The painting, Impact Contracting was the lowest and only bidder on that at $17,285. Carpentry was $8,000 by Impact Contracting. Plumbing, which is some minor plumbing, because he's gonna have to move the toilet in there to get the flooring done and some other things. We'll talk about that. Good luck, that toilet. Glad you're doing that. Materials was $1,200 for Impact Contracting. Now let's talk about a couple of the alternative bids that Chris threw in there as well too. Alt bid 1. This is where I'm gonna refer directly to his. Alt bid one. Is to remove the purple tile from the bathroom wall. Patch it and get it ready for paint. Alt bid two is to remove the purple tile from in here. Get it ready for paint. Alt bid three is to remove the existing cabinets. And put in new cabinets, commercial grade, with a solid surface countertop. The base project total, without the alternative bids, was $52,229.09. If we add the three bids in there, that adds another $14,727, so that brings that up to $66,947.09. And I think if we throw a $10,000 allowance for some new desks, these things are,
Does nothing down here.
we haven't done nothing.
20, however many,
Yeah.
more than 20 years.
More than 20.
More like 30 years.
Yes, we got for free from a house in Wildwood's basement.
Yeah, so that brings the grand total of the entire project to $76,947.09. If you remember, Josh's bid was $93,000
None of that other.
and none of that other stuff. One thing that is further down, because I added it a little later in here, is I went ahead and told Josh McCullough, due to the fact that we have water leaking and it is emergency, you guys on our list and get that done for the $3,200. So with everything said and done, we're probably looking at 76, 77, 78, 79, right at $80,000. So we're saving 13,000, plus we were gonna have Connor and Mark put a sump pump in, because that wasn't in Josh's bid, for another 10 grand, so. We're saving $20-something thousand by doing for that. Now, I want to address the two other things. Chris has offered to GC the whole project, which thank God, that makes my life so much easier. And then secondly, there is a statute that we have to be very careful with that doesn't allow us to do business with another employee from here. But there is, if it's the best lowest bid, we can do it, and Chris was the best lowest bid and really the only bid, so we're keeping the money local with, one of our businesses. Don's getting some business out of it, I can't see where we're going wrong saving the money here, and we've extended the scope of the project by several thousand square feet, so it's a win-win in my book.
Chris is gonna be watch over better than any other person would do. So.
Yes.
Yeah, and everybody we use are professional. I'm not saying you're not professional if you're not union, but everybody we use are professional union carp. Even the cabinet shop that's gonna make a commercial grade cabinets or like union shop. I mean, they're all professional craftsmen, including the painters and everybody that I've got bid in to do the work. I work with them all, same companies I work with in the hospital and stuff.
Who's your cabinet company?
CKC out of St. Louis, right? But I mean, that's kind of the way that's what we had figured in, and even though I don't have the flooring in my contract, which I completely understand, I still told Brian I would like spearhead the scheduling of when I want the flooring coming in with the painters and with the foundation work going on, so we gotta put all that drywall back, and then my tapers coming in and taping all that. We gotta put all the studs back in the wall, and that's a part of my bid also, but everything, we'll hang plastic, we'll keep the dust down between the different transitions and everything like that too. So I mean, that's plastic, walk-off mats, HEPA, air scrubber. I'll run air scrubbers like we do in the hospital. So the whole 9 yards is included in our bid, so. But like we do at the school, my wife works for the school. But as long as we're lowest bidder on the school projects, then I'm able to get those as well. And that's what we've done in the past with no controversy.
All right, with it.
How soon can we get this rolling?
Well, according to the foundation company, they're about 8 weeks out, so we're probably looking mid-November. But I have somebody that can speed things up, and that's a Julie. So we're gonna have her make some weekly phone calls, and she's gonna start yelling and screaming that we're flooding and need help, and we'll get that done. So I definitely want to kind of ensure that Find out when Trent's gonna get rolling, when
Your weather's gonna get you on that.
Okay.
I know, so while it's dry and all that, I know Trent's trying to bust out a bunch of jobs, I'm sure. But I wanna get that done before it gets cold. For sure, so. And then plus, I think that's gonna stop 90% of the leakage anyway, so they do that. Back there, so.
Well, I'll make that motion that we approve all those as discussed. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Can you start tomorrow?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we could always start with other areas, but I highly suggest getting the dirty
Right.
work. We don't wanna run all new flooring out here and then have them wheelbarrowing out
Oh, yeah.
chunks of concrete across the new floor, so. The right thing to do is just start with the foundation and then go from there, work our way out and out the front door.
I am okay though, and maybe we can talk to Don, I mean, if his guys. Get a break and wanna come in and start busting this up,
We're
one
gonna
day,
start tearing flooring out,
yeah, I don't have any issue with that, so.
Yeah, pulling all the base off, I mean, that's all something that needs to get done, so.
Okay, and that's from all.
Finally, some good news on that.
Okay.
I met with the city, talked with Jason and Leonard up there, they're gonna let us do a design build. We were able to tell the MEP, mechanical engineer plumbing, that we don't want their services anymore. Attached in here are some of close to the final prelims from Steve Bacon, which do include HVAC and the electrical layout as well too. We're not running new electrical, we're just running some new circuits off of the existing panel box in there, so there, you know, that was my argument to Jason, what's the point of having an MEP? I mean, we're just. People run new circuits all the time without mechanical engineering, so in electrical plants. So, we're ready to rock and roll. It's on us now. I'm waiting on the building committee to, get any comments back to me. Then I'll forward that off to Steve and I'm hoping we'll have the bid packet ready to go at some point in, October. Hopefully at the board meeting for your final review, we'll put it out for bid and, they'll be ready to rock and
That'll
roll.
be perfect timing.
Yeah.
Well,
Winter work for contractors.
Yeah.
and-
and I think. I think we're gonna benefit. With kind of a declining economy right now, with some lower prices, and I think we'll probably find it a little easier.
Right.
To get some workers in here.
Good deal.
Proposed union contract update.
Yeah, the shop's great with the raises, they appreciate it. They have been implemented and they're ready to roll since you guys approved it at the last meeting. That's the new, addendum language to the, contract, so we're.
How about this one? Legislative update.
So. I don't even have a word to describe except it is a hot mess. Myself, Chief Fisher from Cedar Hill Fire, Chief Dunn from Saline, Tom Fitzgerald from Soda Rural. We attended last week the final property tax hearing out in Jefferson City. We listened for a while. We left. Everything was fine. Friday afternoon, I get an email requesting a physical impact from the Federal Oversight Committee out in Jefferson City. I'm like, what in God's name are they doing? Because they're in a special session now. Well, they decided to try to shove through, not shove through. They brought to committee, got it through a reading for the second time in front of the House, dumped back to the committee, a large constitutional amendment that totally guts the taxing system in the state of Missouri. It eliminates personal property, which everybody's gonna say, yay,
Right.
you know, because it shifts all the burden over to the residential side of
Yeah.
things. There are so many problems with what they proposed that it's not even funny. So yesterday, had another hearing over these bills, and I went up there and sat through another 3.5, almost 4 hour hearing with all of this. I don't want to say I testified, I got up there and I asked some more questions. And there's a lot they didn't have an answer to. How will this work with the Hancock Amendment? Needless to say, we will lose money if any of that goes through. I'm not too overtly worried about that going through this session. They stated yesterday that they have no intention of pushing this forward during this second extraordinary session. But they're laying the groundwork for the next session that they can start pre-filing bills in December. I am very concerned. One of the comments that they reiterated over and over, and I will summarize basically, we don't care what the political subdivisions say. We report to our constituents. You guys are of no concern to us. So what they are attempting to do is change the laws to say, hey, we saved you some tax dollars, which really they don't. Nothing here saves any tax dollars. And then they dump the fallout back down to the local level. So their thought is, and I believe it's called a Dillon form of government, that political subdivisions drive all of the powers from the state legislature, which isn't necessarily true in the state of Missouri because we derive a lot of our power from the Constitution of the state of
So
Missouri.
they're saying they wanna take away the commercial real estate tax.
No, they want to take away personal property tax.
Okay, commercial portion. And shift it to the,
Give us, and what they want to do is take away your personal property tax.
okay,
Give us a one-time bump. It's not written in there yet, and I question that,
one time bump on what?
to make up for our lost revenue in personal property.
Okay,
But they're mad about the increase in personal property during COVID. So this is where we, lose money. We have to reset our personal property rate before we take that one-time bump back to pre-COVID levels, which is about $100,000 loss to the Hillsborough Fire Protection District. So from there, they're changing how assessments are done. It's based on square footages, there's 10 tiers. I've never seen anything like it, but no other state does it this way, by the way. This is just something brainchild out of the Republican Party up at the state level. So what this will then do, once we get that one-time bump, and I estimated, I think our tax rate would go up to $1.12. We are locked in for 4 years at the exact same budget. Then, at the 4-year mark, our legislator, not the Constitution of Missouri, our state legislator could vote to increase our budget by the average of the CPI over the past 4 years, which usually averages between 1% and 2%. So you do the math of a 1% bump over a 4-year period on our budget, you're talking nothing to help us at all. Meanwhile,
Not even inflation.
No, it's not even true.
They also put in the bill to try to entice us. The state legislator could reimburse political subdivisions for financial losses, but it's subject to appropriations. We all know what's gonna happen with that. There won't be any money appropriated because the state of Missouri itself is going broke because of all the taxes that they have decided to cut. When they cut, your state income tax was at a couple years ago from 5.5% down to 4.5%. I've never seen. Give me Senate Bill 3 back. But this is it's a complete unnecessary thing. I was very clear that to Representative Taylor up there that I want to ensure we're protecting the jobs of our folks. And he made it very clear right back to me that his only concern is the taxpayers.
well, all those folks are his taxpayers.
I said that. They did not like when I said that, and I got smacked.
We're not important to nobody. They're all from right here.
I know that. They don't seem to understand. With that being said as well, too, Monday night, I met with the Jefferson County, me and John Isaacson went to the Jefferson County Labor Club. Meeting, we had Mark Main along with us, which he's part of that anyhow. We explained the whole situation to the Labor Club. So we are rallying the forces of the trade unions as well too. Cause it's pretty simple. If, most of these big Brock Miller, they get a lot of their money from public jobs. And that money's not gonna be there. So we're trying to get them on alert as well, and as well too. So it's gonna be a battle over the next session. For sure. It's a mess. I have no other way of putting it. Other than it's a complete other mess. So I will try to get some better. Oh, we lose growth. Because they're gonna growth is no longer. Given to us out of, real estate and all that, so you're locked in for those 4 years, so. We may need to rally board members up there because, most of the Democrats were pretty stern. Well, wait a minute, you're starting to mess with local control here. By telling them what they can and can't do. Now, I did have a great conversation with Gary Romine, who used to be a senator and is now on the state tax commission. Basically, so they do this. This is the 3rd or 4th time they've tried it. It probably won't get done. So we'll see what happens, but we're gonna stay on top of it. We're gonna have to use the alliance. We're gonna have to all come together to battle this. These guys may have to go to Just City. We may have to, if things get bad enough. They're gonna have to go up there, and start asking their legislatures some questions about why they're doing what they're doing. So, but yeah, the whole report's in there. Multiple meetings. We're trying everything we can to do whatever the hell we can. It's exhausting, I can tell you that. It's stressful.
Yeah. Wasn't the state reporting that they were having insolvency issues? That they weren't going to be able to, and now they're doing this? And that's.
They're expected to lose like $4 billion out of their budget next year. It's dropping down. I mean, that's due to federal money going away, and they are losing money. So anytime they promise you appropriations, it ain't happening.
It's not happening. Okay, now, that's what I was thinking too when you said that, but.
Yeah.
Okay, new business.
I have none.
All right. We have no closed session.
I have none.
Is there anything else that you want to put before the board? Then I make a motion to adjourn at 7:30. How's that? Second, all in favor? You know that little button on there, that really works if you actually hit it.
There, you made it.
I'll go your paper sign.
So, like I said, just put a line through the flooring.
Okay.
Circle just circle all 3 alternates. It's not gonna turn it back over to me, or just reply in an email, this has been.
I'll sign and scan.
Like I said, just put a line through what you don't want, circle what you do want, then. Send it back.
So I've already.
Then I'll call Don. I'll let him know your UCN.
Copy, if you have email or if he has email, if I do, I'll leave you my. Or so you got my work email. And if you could forward that means that I want to get his email. Then I'll reach out to him or whatever.
Because
We'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll leave you my cards.
we're just.
Sounds about the easiest one to do.
I wouldn't want to be involved in this.
Yeah, no, it's not an individual funeral home. It's gotta be.
Did you shut that off already?
It's a bigger story.